Dang it. Stop moving so close to the dust marker. Well, so in the good news column, this is not a very common occurrence. Although, yeah, no, even with dash, it's not going to be a very common occurrence. Come on. Move away from the dust marker. Oh wait, I know how to do this. I know how to accomplish this. Yeah, there you go. Alright, good, yeah, that's definitely out of range. So now we just have to wait for a mob to walk by the dust marker. Oh man, are you back in range? You're back in range again, you jerk. Maybe... Huh. Oh, I'll just boost up the range, I guess. Oh wait, no, I know another way to do this. Alright, yeah, so this is not too hard to control. I can definitely set up this case. So, right, so desc dist, let's put it up to like a big number temporarily. So I can put the destination marker really, go away, stop. I can put the destination marker really far away. Alright, then put it back down to 6. So it's as if you wandered really far away from it. And now, now let's make the range. Oh, ooh, wait. Hold on, are we doing this correctly? Oh, wait. Power range 0? Why is power range 0? Here. Oh, yeah, no, that's correct, because it's part of the scan range. Alright, yeah, so let's just... We have a really narrow range on... I had a friend who works at LucasArts until the very end. He had some interesting stories to tell. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna actually put this back up to a big number for a second, just so that I can make it so that the dust marker is not so far away. Wait, what? Oh, whoops! I've set to 0. No, 60-ish. All right. Oh wait, don't actually walk towards it. All right, but that's sufficiently far away, and mobs walk near it. All right, so good. So now put you back down to 6-ish, and then all right. So the range of path 0. Let's put it up to like 8. Where's the dust marker? Where'd the dust marker go? Alright. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention and somehow disappeared. Oops, no, not that. Alright, so put it back to 6. Alright, now I want to activate bombs. No? Why is it not working? I don't get why it's still not working. Oh, there we go. Well, that worked, but not in a good way. I don't know, maybe that was within range. I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, I mean, like, that part's working, but then, like, the out of range case. Yeah, I forget which project my friend worked on, but I don't know, it was just interesting to hear about, like, the what it's like being on the inside of a company that's like collapsing. He had I mean, it was grim, a lot of the stories he had to tell, but I took them as like cautionary tales of like what could happen if things go wrong. All right, let's crank this way down to like 3. Why is the dust marker not moving? I swear. Maybe I'm just like... Maybe I've messed up the calculation of how to transform. Transform deposition minus d offset. So if d offset dot magnitude is greater than dest max dest, d offset instead equals dest transform position. Oh, minus transform position. Oh, okay, so... Right, so no, this is actually plus, but that shouldn't... That wouldn't explain what we were seeing, because we weren't seeing it move at all. So hold on, I'm just going to put a print statement to make sure that we're actually evaluating this case. D offset dot magnitude is greater than dest max. Yeah. All right. To move. Whatever. Just something to indicate that it's in fact at all happening. All right. So. Alright, yeah, let's boost the range of bombs, like 8 or something. Let's boost the max distance, like 60, and then drop it back down. So now when I activate bombs, why is it not evaluating? Clearly that thing is way too far away. But we're just skipping over it entirely. How is D offset? Oh. Because it's negative, so it's never going to be greater. Because it's going to be... No, wait, no. Magnitude's absolute value. I don't understand this. I'm going to switch this around because that's just irking me. But that wouldn't explain. This has to be like some really simple dumb math that I'm doing wrong. Hi CP1414, how's it going? Oh cool. Yeah, yeah, there's a very good chance that I will still be streaming when you get back. And if not, I highly recommend 2D Heroes channel because he works on different games, but like everything that I try and do when I'm streaming, like he does when he streams. So that's why I really like him as a channel, and then that's why I recommend it because like if you like the things that I do in terms of just like talking through the development process and like trying to stay participatory in chat and then like literally just developing cool games, like yeah, those are the reasons that I suggested him as well. But yeah, it was great to have you here, and I won't hold you up, but yeah, I look forward to seeing you again in the future, which could be very soon. Oh cool, yeah. Welcome to the stream. I feel like game dev streaming is on the rise. I hope. Well, I guess I don't have any specific reason to think that it's actually growing, but I really hope it does because I really enjoy it, and like I enjoy watching other people stream. So I started streaming because that's like the only way I knew to make game dev streaming happen more often is to literally do it myself. I also try and like encourage other people to stream as well. So yeah, it's cool to meet other streamers. For some reason, it didn't occur to me when I first started doing this, but oh, this is probably, yeah, I know why this isn't having any effect. Is because this isn't the right place. I mean, this is like one of the correct places, but this is only for multiple charges. So all right, so that is probably correct, but now I have to do it other places as well. Yeah, if for some reason it didn't occur to me that like the other people who watch game dev streams would themselves be game devs, and so it's great because like it's like a cool way. Like this, I'd just be working on the same project if I wasn't streaming right now. I'd just be doing it offline, and then. But what I'd be missing out on is like meeting other cool devs, which is it's just cool to have like yeah, just like active chat going on, and we had like some cool conversations earlier just about like general game dev questions and game dev topics. So yeah. Oh yeah, all right. Well, I share these links like constantly, so I might as well just share them again because they're like my two favorite links. Actually, I'll probably end up sharing like 4 of them altogether. All right, yeah, I will totally fill you in on the game. I'm just gonna post these links real quick because these like whenever I look for game dev, these are the places that I look. And then actually there are 2 more. These are just the Twitch channels for Ludum Dare and programming. Which, fun fact, programming is actually the name of it's actually the name of a game. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Oh, thank you. A Fool's Duty. Yeah, we were right along we were thinking right along the same lines there. Um, uh, oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's look at the game. All right. Actually, yeah. First, I'm gonna put in this. I'm just gonna. I just realized that there are two locations where we handle this this calculation, and so we've set up one of them, and now we just have to set up the other one as well. So. So you're right. Let's continue looking for instances of power range 0. Yeah, here's the other one. All right. So yeah, it's just like before. We can replace this with this, and then yeah, instead of using dpause. Whoa, what are we doing here? Hey, new follower, CB1414. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership, and and welcome aboard. um, yeah, no, those links that that A Fool's Duty and I both shared, like those are. Before I had those, like I honestly had no clue where to look, and then I started to find some of them, and then I started to find more of them, and just gradually over time I've like learned where to look. But yeah, those are definitely like the 4 best places I can think of to find streamers. And there are a lot of great streamers out there that are not on any of those 4 indexes. So in terms of finding those ones, like, I don't know, good luck, I guess. I don't even remember. Like, I just find them in weird places. Like, well, actually, a lot of people who stop by the chat, like, I've met fellow streamers through that. So that's always nice. And then, yeah, just here and there, I like recommendations from other people who watch game dev streams. Yeah, I really hope that someday. Actually, I wrote a whole big spiel of, well, whatever. I wrote it a while ago, but I wrote this whole big, like, when I first started getting into game dev streaming, I wrote this big rant about my experience with game dev streaming and how it's all decentralized and like no one knows where to look. But yeah, I hope we can find a greater prominence for game dev streaming. I know I'd really appreciate it as someone who likes watching game dev streaming. And anyways, all right, yes. Oh, right. Sorry, I'm doing this thing quickly so that we can get back to the project. So let's use desk transform position. Why are we? Huh. I don't think we actually need to do this anymore. This bpause thing. But whatever, I'm gonna do it anyways. Because I'm pretty sure the transform position will always have a 0 for the y vector. Wait, what? Dpause? Yeah, no, I don't know what that was about. But whatever. I'll just keep doing it, I guess, for whatever reason. See if this works. Or if this doesn't work for whatever reason, then that'd be weird. Alright, so yeah, this is the sorry, that took so long. This is the project that we're working on. So you'll see just naturally as the simulation runs, I'm going to tweak something in the background while it's happening. But so the game is about like I don't know, I don't have a name for the project, but the working name is like Hero, and it's basically it's about yeah. So it's right. So there's the central hero figure, which is like the yellow dude in the center. You might notice the graphics are a bit representational. I'm not a 3D artist by trade, and so I'm just working with representational shapes. But yeah, basically like you've got this hero character, and then there's these green mobs that hey Dumpy THC, how's it going? Welcome back. Good to see you. I was just talking about like what the game is about a little bit, and why did the dust marker get really close again? Maybe we just move towards it gradually over time. But all right, hold on. Yeah, so like as you as you like clear out the mobs, like you and you collect like the coins that they're carrying, you get new power ups and new abilities. And all right, so that one worked. Although I don't know if I necessarily like that effect. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily like how that one worked. Because now, yeah, it will move, but it is that weird? Hmm. Maybe, huh? Maybe I could make it move on mouse down instead of mouse up. So that way, if you hey, Mike Crossan, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted because of the thing that I'm trying to implement. But yeah, sorry. Okay, so I forgot I was also giving like the brief overview. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the thing that I was just about to implement, but all right, it's just to rerun the simulation. Yeah, so you get this. There's this hero character who's like the central figure. It's you for all intents and purposes, and so as you collect coins from these like mobs, you get power ups. Some of the power ups are modifiers, which you can add to this brick here to with this brick this I should probably fix this up. This brick represents your hero character. The other type of power ups you can get are abilities. And once you have abilities, you can apply modifiers to your abilities as well. So like this is, for example, a range modifier. So if I well, okay, so this ability that I got is bombs. Wait, what the heck is happening now? I must have my math backwards. Because it's definitely... Yeah, that's funny. Alright, so... oh, I screwed my math up something funny. Alright, we'll have to look into that. But, yeah, so, like, bombs, you can cause, like, a small explosion. Oh yeah, and so if you add a range modifier to it, then when you use your bombs, it like hits a slightly greater range. Oh, it's very slight at this point. I definitely need to. Well, I just need to unbreak bombs. Bombs used to work, but I'm in the process of changing them. So yeah, that ability that I got was yeah, I did something awful to bombs, and I don't know what exactly. I'll have to iron that out. But yeah, you can add modifiers to your hero. You can it's about like customization and yeah, right. Yeah, so you can choose like how and what you want to make powerful. So like for example, this is like a multiplicity modifier. So I added it to the hero, and now now the hero has an ally on his team. I can apply it to dash, and now when I dash twice. So yeah, it's about like it's about like light strategy in terms of like board control, and then you get to customize your hero and do that as well. So all right, let's see what I did to bombs. How on earth are there aren't those are the only two places that I so okay, you do scan range, power range. I'm gonna try it again with a greater radius. Explosion radius. Yeah, let's put this back up to like 0.25 for a moment. I don't intend to keep it there, but I just I got distracted with that complex case that I kind of forgot to that is a good question. I'm not even sure how 2D games are made. Well, that's not 100% true because one of my games is like basically 2D, but like even B-Box, which is like basically a 2D game, like I actually just made it out of 3D shapes. It's just like I just used what's it called, an orthographic camera angle, so that it looks 2D. But yeah, I don't like. I've never made a oh, I wonder what this does to score. I won't get a perfect score, but it also won't invalidate any of the rows or columns. Huh. Interesting. Uh, yeah, I don't have any experience really with like pixel art or that sort of thing. So that's a good question. Um, I I'm tempted to earlier someone asked a question and I didn't know the answer to it, and so I recommended checking out another game dev streamer. His name is 2D Heroes, and he is technically streaming now. So, I mean, if you're really curious to know, you could probably go ask him. 2D Heroes. I mean, I could stream his stream and then we could ask him here. But yeah, he makes cool T2 games, so he'd probably have a better answer for you. Sorry, I mean, I wish I could help you. I just I'm actually not certain about that one. So, huh. Maybe I was trying to be smart about bombs, but yeah, I think I'm actually going to change it so that bombs aren't like smart anymore. It used to be the case that, like, back when targeting was a mess, like, it used to be the case that it used to be the case that sorry. It used to be the case that if you whiffed, like if you tried to drop a bomb, like if you were using a dust marker to control the placement of a bomb, but there were no suitable targets within that range, instead it would just pick a random area around the hero. But I don't know. I feel like targeting is like actually a little bit improved now, so maybe maybe I should get rid of that. Because like now it was feeling weird on a few occasions, but maybe it was just feeling weird because because of that, like supposedly like sensible logic there. So I guess yeah. So yeah, we could just go. Uh, Alright, so apparently we're doing scan range up front. Oh, right, yeah, I remember why we're doing this. Let's see, I started streaming I think around like 1:30 or so, and I think I'll stream for a while longer. Like, I don't have an exact, I don't know exactly, like, I don't have anything that I have to do later on, so I'm basically just planning on streaming until I like am beat and like can go on no longer. I also didn't think to bring a snack today. I usually have like a thing of tomato juice in case I get peckish. I don't have any of that, so I might be streaming until I get hungry. We'll see. It should be at least for a few hours longer, although I'm not exactly certain how long. All right, so let's. Yeah, let's skip all this stuff and just say. Yeah, let's temporarily deactivate all this stuff and just say bpause equals desk transform position. Yes. And then let's also do something similar in the other case. Well, No, actually, I guess for the other case, yeah, the other case is fine. Let's just do that here for now. And because in the case of, well, let's just at least, I'll just quickly review. I don't think we need to change anything in the case of subsequent activations, but yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. All right. So yeah, now the first bomb is much more targeted, even if it whiffs. So the difference here is that it's going to seem a lot more consistent as to where the detonation occurs, but it will also more consistent as to where the detonation occurs, but it will also oh, sorry, I was just thinking of something else. But it can also whiff, like it can also hit 0 targets. I yeah, I never really got into Counter-Strike, but it's got a pretty devout following, huh? Like people seem really into it. I mean, if what a yeah, my game of choice if I'm not streaming and if I'm not watching dev streams, I'll watch Hearthstone. I just have I don't know, that's the one that's like currently got me gripped. But like I like to try a lot of different games, so like I'll play basically any game for like at least like 15 minutes, but I almost at any given time I have one game that's like my go-to. Like if I ever feel like just sitting down for like a few hours or like however many times, like I always have like one game that's like my fallback, and right now it's Hearthstone. But yeah, there's some good streamers out there. It's nice when you like a game that's like really popular, because then there's plenty of like streams for for it as well. If you like a strange like niche title, then good luck. But yeah, no, I look forward to the day when game dev streaming is like that. Maybe, fingers crossed. I hope when like literally at any time of day you can go online and find like plenty of streamers for game dev and like find them all in one convenient place. Like that'd be cool. But I don't know. It could happen someday. We'll see. So right. Oh yeah. The other thing that was occurring to me is that I think I actually want to do this on mouse down, not on mouse up. Right now it's happening when the detonation occurs, so like the player doesn't actually see it happen until the player doesn't actually see it happen until it's too late to change their mind, for example. But if I did it on mouse down, then the player could like kind of like smush their finger off the button to cancel it. Like I don't know if you ever do that, but like if you like if you press a button and you realize it's not the button that you wanted to press, you kind of like smear off of it and then let go, and then it won't activate sometimes. So I mean, there'd be a subtle change, but I really want this to convey sensibly, because it's kind of a weird concept. So let's think. Is that how I want it? I mean, because I could go back to the other system where it doesn't actually move the dest marker. It just no, I don't want that, because if the dest marker is literally off screen, that'd be yeah. All right, cool. So yeah. So the bomb activates on mouse up, and currently, yeah, that's when the dest marker moves as well. So, do I want to bother changing it? I'll play with it like it is for a little while longer and see, because it might not even occur that often. So it might be like because the other thing I can do is I could just make the dest marker stay with the hero. Maybe that's the smart thing to do. Like, and it's like it takes a little extra computation to keep the dest marker with the hero, but it won't take that much more. So yeah, heck with that. All right, yeah. Well, I mean, I'll kind of keep this, but I'll just do something different with it. What should I do with it? Yeah. So for the purposes of picking a detonation location, we can just go with that. We can always go with dest because we're just going to always keep dest in the right place. So wait, what? That was the one we were just looking at. Okay, right, okay. It just took me a second. And that's the, okay. This is, okay, yeah. So, alright, yeah. So that makes this much simpler. bpos is just dest.transform deposition. Alright, so yeah, that makes it a lot simpler. And then, so now, alright, so now, now we go to where? Right, so if we go to where mobs are translated. Wait, what is this? Wait, where's mobs translation? Oh, right, it's... No, it should be... What the heck is this thing? Oh, that's where it phases, etc., etc. Anyways, I guess I could... Oh yeah, I guess this seems as good a place as any. Mobs target 0 not equal -1. Mobs target and if seek mode equals -1 and mobs target not equal -1. All right, let's change how this is set up. D offset equals dest transform. Yeah, we'll put this here. And then we'll also, well, I don't know. I forget if that's important. I'll leave it there for now. But yeah, no. So we're gonna take. So this, yeah. So both of these are only going to be relevant in seek mode 1, and we're gonna say if seek mode 1. All right. So this other stuff that we were doing, etc., etc. This will need a new conditional. So if this case is etc., etc. Oh, we only do this if mobs target. If we only do this when the hero doesn't have a target. Huh. I guess we. Oh, whoa. We're using D offset, right? Oh yeah, we're using D offset, so that's convenient. All right. Yeah. So yeah, this is barely any extra calculation. D offset. Yeah, I guess actually I'm gonna get rid of that part of the condition. I'm gonna just say, yeah, just if hey, the Will HD. Sorry, I'm just gonna reload chat. Oh, sorry, I have to read chat before I reload chat. Blurgs. Alright, sorry. No, I'll read it on my other screen. I have to reload it. So I'm reloading chat just because I don't like that word. So if we could just not use that word, that would be great. But otherwise, hey, how's it going? Sorry. Hey, how's it going? I should have said. And then I should have said the rest of the stuff. But yeah, if we could not use that, that'd be great. And sorry, I had to reload chat on this computer, so now I have to read chat on the other computer. Oh, so and I had got distracted. I wasn't keeping up with chat very well. Uh, uh, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. CP 1414. I was being distracted, but uh, yeah. I think yeah. I personally really prefer mouse up. It's just it just feels better, right? Um, it just yeah. So that yeah. Uh, so I haven't released anything yet, actually. Whoa, no, nope, not acceptable. Uh, no, yeah, that language is just straight up unacceptable. So, uh, yeah, nope, no, no. Um, in fact, I'm sorry. I'm actually going to. I I really don't like that other word either. So I'm sorry that relates to you, but I'm gonna get rid of that one as well. Uh, just like in general, just please use nice language. It's it's delightful. I assure you, good language is wonderful. Um, or I mean, like if you really have to use poor language, then please do it elsewhere. Okay, so yeah, sorry. Yeah, I haven't released anything yet. So I'm working on a few portfolio projects, and I have my project for Ludum Dare October challenge. I haven't even started on it yet. I plan on starting it. I plan on starting it next week. I this current project that I'm working on has taken a little longer than I had originally intended, and so uh, yeah, I'm trying to wrap this thing up. The projects that I have going on right now are the ones that are on my website. There's like a link to it underneath the thing, and so like yeah, my current goal is to spin up a few projects independently that kind of like are like representational portfolio pieces. So yeah, I just so I'm working on these independently. I'm not really working to release them yet. Although once I have all three projects finished, I think one of my next steps will probably be to to like start releasing projects on. So I'm just gonna reload chat again because that's I don't like just staring at that. Anyways, yeah. So right. So yeah, I will very possibly be releasing these on. I mean, like they already run in uh, on web. I like as web apps, but I also like I'm building them with like mobile and tablets in mind, so it should be relatively easy to port them over. Like I already have this project running on on a small Android device that's a few years old. So I'm hoping that if as long as I can keep it, that's like part of when I do like performance passes. That's like one of the things I look for is uh, to make sure that it still runs on that device, so that it will be relatively easy to port over. Um, oh, sorry, I also missed when I wasn't paying attention to chat. I also missed Micro Awesome's departure, but Micro Awesome, we miss you, and we hope to see you again soon. Whoa! Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you, Tom Beach HD. um, that's like the nicest compliment that I've heard in a very long time. I get a lot of compliments about, or I get a lot of comments about like the facial hair, but not as often do I get people saying stuff like that. Thank you. Well, that means a lot to me. Cause like I'm still relatively new to streaming, so like I mean like one of my goals was to like I never had game streamers when I was like getting into this stuff, and it occurred to me like or game dev streamers, if I had game dev streamers back then, like maybe it would have been like I don't know, like there are a lot of concepts that are just like hard to really get your head wrapped around. And like sometimes it's just helpful to have like to just talk to some other people who are out there doing the same thing. So yeah, I like you really encourage questions. Like I don't always have the answer to questions. Like earlier when we were talking about 2D stuff. Like unfortunately I don't know, but like literally I can answer questions about any of the projects that I'm working on, or like about the type of projects that I work on. I've worked in AAA game dev for like 6 years, so like I have a lot of perspective to provide from that as well. And yeah, so I hope you guys are able to get something out of the stream. And if you can, then oh man, that just means a lot to me. So thank you very much. um, yeah, and then I kind of forgot what we were. Oh no, okay, no, I remember what we were in the middle of doing. So yeah, we set up this conditional. We set up this conditional to check. Okay, so we'd already been checking to see when the hero reached the destination. To Sorry. My face is going to turn bright red, and it's going to stay that way for a little while. Oh man, that just makes this all worthwhile. Like, I mean, like part of the reason I stream is that if I wasn't streaming, I'd be doing the same thing anyways. So like, why not stream? But this is, oh wow, this. Sorry. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that. So, wow. Thank you. I'll probably be doing this for a while longer. I wasn't sure how this would all go. I kept saying like, well, or I kept thinking like, oh, maybe nothing will come of it, and I'll just like move on to the next thing shortly. But I don't know. This is like the type of stuff that makes me want to keep going. So, thank you for that. That's like, I mean, this is like how I find motivation. Is just meeting cool people and you know, trying to do good, and like responding to feedback and trying. So I want to. I want to make this stream as interesting as possible for viewers. So feel free to like if you have any suggestions about I've like some people had suggested changes to like the layout of the screen. So like it used to be like, well, like for one thing I like put chat down here based on like not necessarily any one particular person's suggestion, but I also like I changed like the layout of the frame. So just to change like, you know, how like all these like little boxes are laid out on screen. If a lot of the time when I'm just like rambling about stuff, I'm just like, you know, trying to like kind of say whatever I think might be interesting. But yeah, if there's any particular aspects of the project that you like to hear me talk about, more or less, feel free. I mean, I have a pretty. I usually like have a pretty good idea of like what I'll work on next, but in terms of like, you know, everything I do about sharing what I'm working on, I'm happy to provide whatever insights I can. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It's also just I don't know if you guys have ever. No, you mentioned CP 1414. I think you mentioned that you do stream, but so you probably know that like. Streaming is just way more fun when there are people around too, and like when people are like chatting and having a good time and stuff. So, yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, you guys in that way are inspiring to me. So thank you for that too. I think we have this conditional setup. Okay, well these ones aren't indented, but yeah, we used to have a conditional case where we would check. We would check the hero's distance relative to the destination marker, because when the hero gets to the destination marker, it actually clears the destination marker. And the other way that you can manually clear the destination marker, hold on, I'm just going to save this real quick. The other way that you can manually clear the destination marker is if you ever want it to go away, you can just like click on the hero, and it will, because that puts it like on top of the hero, and then it instantly just disappears. So, oh yeah! Oh my gosh! I'm really glad you mentioned that. I want to do like I want to do literally like an entire week of exactly that. I don't know when I'm going to do it, because I'm probably going to spend the next few weeks on the October challenge for Ludum Dare. But maybe like right at the start of November. Yeah, one of the things I want to do is I want to put an entire week to like a collaborative game jam, where basically like at the start of the week we just start a new project and we decide what is this project going to be, and yeah, it'll be just be based entirely on like chat participation, like people want to see added to the game, and or like, you know, I mean, for the first day it'll basically like be we all just decide what we want the game to be about, and then yeah, then over the course of the week it'll just be, you know, a fully collaborative process. Yeah, thank you. Just a fully collaborative process about like what game do we want to make, and so yeah, I mean, part of the reason, like, it sounds like a lot of you guys have game dev experience. Part of the reason I wanted to do this is so that people who don't even necessarily have game dev experience but just find game dev interesting, like, it could be like they could participate too, because like you don't have to have like programming experience or like any game dev experience really to know what you like about games. So like, yeah, I thought it'd be a fun way to get like to add, yeah, to get like more perspectives and like just maybe like hopefully come up with a project that like that's like new and different, like maybe something that people aren't already thinking about. So yeah, I want to do that. I think that would be a blast. It's just yeah, so it won't be like, it won't be super soon, but in the near future, yeah, I definitely want to do that. Oh, and then like I mean, like, all my games, like, you can kind of see, like, they just have very, like, simple art. Like, we've all seen what Hero looks like, and then Grav we looked at before, it was, like, all just flat and everything. And then again, like, here we just have, like, representational shapes. We don't actually have, like, any art. However, like, for the collaborative, like, stream jam, or I don't know, I don't know what I'll call it, but like for that thing, one of the other cool things we could do is like if any of the viewers had like experience with like 3D modeling, we could like, you know, we could have people like contribute assets if they felt like it, or I mean, yeah, it'd be basically like whatever anyone felt like contributing, they could add their 2 cents to the or however many cents to the project. So yeah, that I'll make sure that actually, I guess if you want to follow me on Twitter, I've gotten back in the habit of actually posting stuff. So yeah, I'll probably I'll make sure to be loud about it before it happens, so that you guys know when to expect it and know when to when it all goes down, so that you guys can check it out if you're interested. So yeah. Heck yeah. So my background in the way I got into game development is that so way back in the day, I actually wanted to go into web development, but I was late to register for courses at college, and so I got shut out, and so instead of waiting an extra year to stick with web development, I just switched over to software development instead. And so my background is in like enterprise software, like tax software and like accounting, business, payroll software for like big companies. But then for my senior project, instead of making like the project I was supposed to make, I made a raid calendar and like a raid organizer for World of Warcraft guilds to use. And so it was basically like a payroll system for guilds, except instead of like money, it had to do with like DKP, and like instead of like HR stuff, it was like raid scheduling. But anyways, that was when I realized like that's what I want to do. So that from there, I wasn't very well prepared to like just immediately jump into and start making games, but like I basically like adapted like everything I'd learned about just general software development and just started applying that to games. Like, I'd played enough games. Like, I've been playing games my entire life, virtually. So between like my understanding of like computer programming and just my understanding of games from the user perspective, I was kind of able to just like start working on my own projects. And then I went to AAA game dev for like 6 years, and just recently I started doing my own thing. So that brings us to today, where I make silly little games. using what is my skill set in game development. All right, so I think we're good with Well, actually, oh yeah, let's see what happens when the hero moves around. Actually, I guess I could restart the simulation. This will be easier. All right, so he's moving that direction. So oh, he's moving the other direction. All right, so when he moves like yeah, all right. So the dust marker kind of like follows him around now. So if he moves out of range, the dust marker moves with him. All right, so now we can use the yeah. So now we can just, as we were doing, we can just basically wherever the dust marker is, like that's where bombs occur. Oh. Yeah. What? Huh. Huh. I'll probably. I forgot. There is one. There is one other fallback. Where if there are no targets for your bombs, like if you try and detonate the bomb a place where there is no targets, it actually fails to detonate. So I might want to change that too. Actually, I might want to just make it so that if you whiff, you just genuinely whiff. Huh. Huh. That is an interesting thought. Yeah, I'll see how I feel about that. I won't make any snap decision now, but yeah. Now that we have all right, cool. Yeah, yeah. So the way I got into game dev was I just took whatever job I could get. Like that was when I was like out of college and had a lot of debt going on, and I just took literally whatever job I could find, and it wasn't what I enjoyed about game dev, and so I spent 6 years like. Well, fortunately, I was pretty good at what I did, so I found enough time. Like I was able to get my work out of the way, and then I spent the rest of my time in game dev, doing what I found fun rather than what like was literally my job, which is cool. So like no matter what job you get in, like if you work in yeah, if you so for example like if you got a job at a I don't know if this is gonna be true like universally, but this was my experience. I got it. Is the desk marker slowly drifting away, or is that just my imagination? No, maybe just because it's rotating it. Anyways, that was weird. All right, so yeah, my experience, like I was able to find a job at a company that I liked, and it wasn't the job that I wanted, but I was still able to like have the impact that I wanted just after I got like the boring stuff out of the way. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to trying the independent stuff, like to really give it a shot. Like I've only been at it, like I mean, in all earnestness, I've only been at this for like a couple months now, so still very preliminary stages. Still figuring out what exactly I want to do, but I'm just excited to try something a little different than what I'd been doing before. So, yeah. So now I think we have most of that ironed out. Wait, was there anything else on that sheet that I wanted to do? All right, yeah. So control stacking. Oh, I said I was going to put out a build a little bit later, so I should do that soon. Let me think if there's anything else I need to change before I do that. Control stacking. Yeah, I kind of do want to do that. I just I still haven't played through. Yeah, before I edit stacking, let's oh man. Hey Tricex, how's it going? If you're asking me if I can upgrade my Wi-Fi, then you sound like my roommates. They yeah, I need a new router or something because it's I don't know. I don't know if it's just really old or if it's just not very good, but like, yeah, you're not the first person to mention that. Incidentally, though, that shouldn't have any effect on what I'm doing here because I have a Ethernet cable. I'm not on Wi-Fi, so If my internet sucks right now, it's literally just my internet. It's not my Wi-Fi, unfortunately. Um, oh. Oh yeah. Um, yeah, you can. You can do that. You can increase the Wi-Fi on any of your powers or on your hero themselves. It's pretty sweet, huh? um, oh no. All right. Well, yeah. Kappa. Kappa. um. All right. Yeah. I I actually, I mean that I had not the same experience, but a similar experience. The first year of college, I was not into it, and I ended up changing schools. I probably would have flunked out if I'd stayed at the school that I was at because it was a fine institution, but the closest thing, the most interesting thing I could study at that school was like math, because I don't know, the technical stuff always interested me, but their computer science department was like not their finest. They had a really great humanities program. They had like a lot of cool stuff going on, and they are actually a fine school. But no, I needed to just get a place with a better. Well, like for me personally, it was like I needed just a better curriculum. But yeah, I'm also really disenfranchised. I won't go on a rant about it, but I'm really disenfranchised with institutional education. I think there are like some places that are doing it really right, but I think like where I live specifically, it's not super great. And actually, funny you should mention, or I don't know. I guess you didn't really mention. I'm just kind of like meandering through various topics, rambling until I get to the point that part of the reason that I like streaming, or like part of the reason I want game dev streaming to get big, is because I think it has a lot of educational purposes too. So like, I I want to see alternatives to like traditional education for people for whom traditional education is not like the right course. Like I made it through, but it was not right for me. Like I the only reason I made it through is just like sheer like force of will. And to be frank, like if my parents didn't like berate me about like how important it was to like finish it, I wouldn't have finished it. Like on my own, I probably would have dropped out. And yeah, uh, yeah. I don't know. I I guess I didn't really have a point, but yeah, no, that I guess I yeah, I mean, well, okay, so I guess on a more positive note, then there are a lot of resources now. Like, there's only like like as technology gets better and better, like there's more and more resources for people to get into like learning this stuff on their own. Like, I feel like I learn a lot better when I'm like taking things at my own pace. So I love that now there's just like such a wealth of resource online that like you can basically learn anything you really need to do just by like googling it if you just Google it hard enough. Um, uh, but yeah, all right. So in terms of like game balance now, yeah, I'm still curious if modifiers are balanced on the hero, and I should probably do control stacking. So. Uh, All right. Well, I don't know if you've worked with Unity before, but I really like Unity because it makes a lot of stuff. It just like if I work in Unity in part because there are a lot of things that I appreciate about the game development process because they're integral to the game development process, but I honestly don't care about them personally. And so I never want to be a build engineer, for example. So like for me, it's fantastic that there's just like a little button that like I just go build and run, and then Unity does it automatically for me. And there are actually a lot of things like that. So I don't know if you've worked with Unity before, but that's one thing that I highly recommend for people who like are not already like masters of like building their own game engines or whatever. Um, yeah. So. Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, I mentioned it before, but if anyone has like questions, shout them out. I on like the educational bent, I enjoy answering questions. I enjoy trying to answer questions. I can't always answer them personally, but a lot of times other people in chat will like chime in and help out as well. So uh, yeah, between the collective knowledge base of everyone here, we usually come up with pretty good answers for stuff. So um, it's and it's I mean like you never always have like all the questions up front. A lot of times it'll be like you get into it and you start doing it, and then all of a sudden you run into like a roadblock, and like I don't know. I talk about this a lot, and I will get back to the game dev too, but part of the reason I really look forward to when there's just like a really active like game dev streaming community, and like there I look forward to a time when there's literally like a game dev stream going on at all times, so that way like these conversations can occur like at any time, like no matter like where you are, no matter like what time of day it is, or in your local time, or like around the world, there'd be a place that like people can go to like have these conversations, because I don't know, that's how I learn stuff, is by having that sort of conversation. So I'm just looking forward to when that's like a reality, and I think we're close. I think we're getting closer. So sorry, just getting a little parched. Ah, wow! It is 4:31. So I've only been at this for like 3 hours or so. Uh, I might not do an extreme marathon today, but there are a bunch of other dev streamers on now. So when I if yeah, no, I'll be on for a little while longer, but at some point I might kick it over to someone else. I happen to know. Wow, there are a lot of good streamers online right now. Maybe the future is coming faster than I realized. Maybe yay, Eastern Central Time. um, yeah, all right. 4 or 5 years. I can do 4 or 5 years. I'll stick with this for 4 or 5 years, and then man, I hope so. I I don't know. I just yeah. I'm psyched about it. That's so yeah. That's where I find motivation, is like when the world actually like moves in that direction. So oh cool. So we got both sides of the country covered. I'm more northern. I'm in the New England area. I'm like right outside Boston myself. Yeah. But um, all right, yeah. So I want to put a build online, but I don't know if I should. I should probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have to tone down stacking. So right now, I think like one of the most powerful strategies is to put all of your modifiers on one ability, because there's like a slight like multiplicative effect that happens with how the abilities work. So like, for example, if you like jack up the range on your bombs, then by adding power to it, it's you're adding power over a greater area. So yeah, there's like a synergy there that I don't like, and I definitely want to tone down. I'm just trying to think of what like how exactly to go about that though. Um, I think, I mean, the simplest way would just be to implement like a slight drop off as you stack modifiers on top of an ability. And for like most of the modifier types, that'll be fairly straightforward. Like for strength, range, and speed, like those are all just like float values that we can like noodle with. For multiplicity, it's a little weirder, because like multiplicity is an int value, so there's no like granularity there. It's like as chunky as like integers are. Uh, like it goes like 1, 2, 3. There's like no 1.2, or like you can't just like nudge it in one direction or the other. But there are other ways that we could manage that if it gets too out of control. So all right, let's think about. Yeah, I guess just to. Oh, just one thing that I just remembered that I forgot. I don't think I didn't write a note about it, but I remember I noticed it earlier. Um, when you add a modifier to super right now, it doesn't actually take effect. If power three is active, and you add a modifier, my background. Sorry to just change gears, but I'm keeping up with the chat. My background is in C++. That's what I studied in school, and then so I work in C sharp because I never actually bothered to learn C sharp. I just from knowing C++, I just started typing C sharp, and it all just worked, which is cool. The languages are just similar enough, and then I also for a while I worked in Java. I worked the first like when I was out of school and I first started working on. Like my first like major project, it was I found this open source game engine that made web applets really easily, or not super easily, but like easily enough that I was able to put together a project that, and it all worked in Java. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, I really like. Well, I mean, I guess like if you do work with Unity, like C sharp is great, and then I guess you have your pick between like Java or C sharp or Boo. I guess I don't know what Boo is, but apparently that's another option that you can write in. I don't know. So oh yeah, I was gonna mod. Right. So when so presently when you add a modifier to power three, if power three is active, that you don't actually see an effect up front from it. So I want to change it so that you do. Oh. Ah. Hmm. Yeah. Huh. Ooh. Should I? I don't know. Because it happens on GUI time, whereas the rest of the processing happens in. Oh, yeah, no, I know what I'll do. I'll use the same. I have like a buffer thing that I do. Okay, so, yeah. Where is it? It's, no, it's not here. It's nearby. Yeah, here we go. All right, so if we drop a strength or a range modifier on POW3. All right, so what are we gonna do? Oh no, this is for mobs. Yeah, this is for powers. Okay, so case what? Yeah, case 3. So we'll say if POW type if POW type equals 2, 2 is 2 is POW3. So if POW type slot POW bot etc equals 2 and POW time, or no, not POW time. Was it super time? Super is POW3. Super time is greater than what did we call it? Super min, super min, super. What is it? Oh, super dur buffer. Yeah, super dur buffer. So if this is basically checking if the ability is currently active. If the ability is currently active, then we will not just increment the power itself, but we have this supermod value which we will add to as well. So we will add to the same value to it. Plus equals, yeah. That way it'll be as if it'll just get instantly more powerful. when you apply that. And then so we'll do the same thing with range, except instead of increasing the strength, not that it matters. It's the same value, but whatever. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So there's just a. It wasn't really a bug, but I just like it working better this way. So. What else should we do? Yeah, we should do the. All right. Let's do the modifier slanting. How do we want to do this? I guess. We could just go by sheer number of modifiers, I guess. Yeah, how do we want to do this? Like, I guess, okay, yeah, let's have, I don't know, I guess I'll put it with the powers, the power block. Let's say, public float, sorry, public, what's the public float? Let's say, stack scale, equals like 0.9, I guess. Huh. Yeah, well, I mean, this is a public variable, so we can nudge it around as we need it. But yeah, let's say like 0.95 ish to start. And all right, so public float stack scale, and then what else? Oh, we need int array pow, or stacks, I guess, just stacks. I forget if I explained it, but stacking, I think I mentioned it. Stacking is like putting a bunch of modifiers all on the same thing. So stacks is going to be new int 4, length of 4. I guess, yeah, it'll. I guess I should do, I don't know, what, like 0 equals hero. This is a little wonky, but 0, 0, 1 equals bombs, 2 equals dash, 3 equals super. So it's slightly awkward because typically bombs are 0, dash are 2, and super, or dash is 1 and super is 2, but yeah. Well, so I don't want to discourage anyone from any strategy. However, the way the game is currently implemented, people are discouraged from distributing their modifiers how they might prefer their modifiers to be distributed, because it's actually more powerful to just stack it all onto the same ability. And so, no, I don't want to discourage anyone from doing anything. Quite the opposite. I want to encourage people to use their modifiers how they want to use their modifiers. Because if someone wants to have super crazy ranged attacks with their hero, but then have an ultra powerful bomb blast, it's that's cool. That sounds really good. Go for that. Right now, those players are penalized because if I quote unquote shipped the game right now, those players would be penalized because the game currently does not support their strategy with the same efficacy that other strategies are supported. So so the name of the dev stream today, I put it as beautiful curves because I basically want that's a reference to the game balance. I basically want the game to play out with it with like a beautiful or like perfect difficulty arc, which players can essentially players can I want players to be able to tackle the difficulty arc with whatever with whatever strategy like they are inspired to pursue, and I want it to play out as a beautiful curve no matter what choices they make. I might not literally make like choices like arbitrary. Like some might be slightly more effective than others, but right now stacking is just like overblown. Like there's no reason not to stack right now. So I need to make it so that there's a reason to do something else. Yeah, so I don't want to penalize anyone for stacking. Like if people just want really powerful bombs, then yeah, I'll go for it. But their bombs will only get as powerful as like it'll only get so powerful. It won't break the game basically. Yeah, that's my goal. So where are these things that I just added? All right, so stack, scale, and stacks. Yeah. So all right, so this makes enough sense, I guess. All right, so now when we add a modifier to things, we will increment our stack scale. Actually, I guess. Yeah, no, this is good. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. I was gonna say we should initialize these to 1, but we can initialize them. We can keep them as initialized to 0, and that should work. All right, so yeah, back to the modifier block. All right, so if bot equals 3, then right. So then plus plus stack 0. We said 0 is hero. On the bot row, 3 is the hero. Else, wait, what? Oh no, else if, yeah, anything 0 to the 2, then we're dealing with the powers. So else, we'll want to plus plus stack I guess we want to do POW type plus 1, because POW type, like I mentioned before, 0 is bombs. Oh, not plus 0, plus 1. 0 is bombs. 1 is dash. 2 is super, but in the new scale, those are all increased by 1, because hero takes the bottom slot. All right, cool. All right, so now, yeah, now when we deal with the various, maybe I should have just made hero 3, but whatever. So yeah, now when we deal with the various power attributes, we can we have a way to not go overboard. So oops, I capitalized that. I did not mean to capitalize that. What? Oh, whoops, I capitalized it up top as well. Whoops. So I will refactor that. What? Shut up about declaration, please. Wait, what? Oh, stack is a reserved word? Well, why didn't you tell me that before? Oh, stacks, plural. Hey friend, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Alright, yeah, so stacks, plural. Oops, I'm a smarts. Alright, so yeah, alright, now, so yeah, this is going to be relevant basically anytime we deal with power attributes. So let's go to POW strength. POW strength is easy, it only shows up in a few places. So yeah, these are those places. Things are going well. We're doing balance passes on our game. We like hit feature complete earlier this week or late last week, depending on how you think of it. And so now the goal is to get all the systems in check. And yeah, so I there's a lot of customization in the game. So there's a lot of different strategies, and so for one thing, I'm still working on the arc of the game itself. I'm trying to get the difficulty challenge to curve out beautifully, and then yeah. On top of that, I'm trying to support all of the possible character customization options that there are in the game, or not like character, but like basically there's like a whole modifier system where you can choose what powers to develop, and I want to make sure that that there's fairness in that system. So yeah. All right. See you in a little bit. CP1414. Speaking of water. Yeah, one of the things that I was kind of expecting it mathematically, but that became very clear again. Very clear once I started trying out various strategies in the game, is that you can kind of right now there's definitely like some strategies that are more effective than others, which I'm not necessarily like opposed to that, because like it's a little unrealistic to get literally all of the possible combinations like perfectly in tune, and that, I mean, to a certain extent that would also remove some of the like slight I want there to be like some sense to like I don't literally need like all modifier combinations to be mathematically equivalent, but like right now there are a few that are just like such outliers that I'm getting those under control. Specifically, if you put all of your modifiers on the same ability, you get like a super ability that like just demolishes the entire game board. So yeah, that's like the first thing that I'm wrangling right now. It's probably not the same thing that you're talking about, but like I have a notepad, so I at this point in the project, like all of my ideas are like already there basically. So the way I'm approaching development is just through like firsthand experience. So yeah, I whenever I play the game, I jot down everything that like pops into my mind. I try to. Sometimes I forget to, and then so I'll play through, see how the game feels, and then come back and adapt my notes accordingly, or adapt the project according to my notes, or just my general thoughts on the project. So yeah, here we have the calculation for strength, which is already kind of it's going places. So yeah, so I guess huh. Maybe I should do this in a more simple or more straightforward manner. Like, cause like keeping track of stack as I intend to. I was gonna have it like adapt like with the modifiers that you add, but maybe I should do it otherwise. Maybe. Yeah, what I was about to do is probably a little convoluted. I think I'm actually just gonna go for something simpler. Specifically, yeah, let's go back to the modifier block, because I think we can actually handle it all right there. So yeah, where was modifier block? Here we are. All right, so we have stacks now, and so let's just say stack 0. What is the term? We want the term to be what? Math f dot pow uh, what did we call it? Stacks or stack scale? Stack scale raised to the power of stacks 0 in this case. So yeah, stacks 0. Oh, all right, stacks 0. Yeah. So all right. So now now as stacks increases, as stacks increase, the now the growth won't be strictly linear. The growth will be it will only previously we were handling the calculation in a linear manner, but because these were not independent, these were not strictly like independent values, the values had a multiplicative relationship. By handling them linearly, we were actually increasing the power exponentially. So if instead of handling them linearly, we handle them in the inverse with the to the inverse exponent, then we will actually get a linear result. At least the idea is that we will get a linear result. From that. So, yeah. Hey, welcome back, Light It Man. We're tackling stacks, and actually, I think after I do this, I'm probably going to play through the game. Sorry, this is taking a little longer than I anticipated. After I do this, I intend to play through the game, and then once I get it to a reasonable state, I think I'll put up a new build so that you guys can play along at home. Technically, there's a build on my website, but it's from midday yesterday, and so it's going to be a little bit like a little. I've fixed a lot since then, I'll say. All right, so yeah, here we go. Wait, copy that to clipboard. So mob speed. I mean, I don't really need to care much about mob speed, but whatever. I'm just gonna do this across the board so that way. Yeah, it will. Oh. Yeah, and so the one thing this actually doesn't do is oh yeah, that's why I was gonna do it the other way. Yeah, the one thing this actually doesn't handle is multiplicity. Multiplicity, like I mentioned before, it's not float values, it's integer values. So like, I don't know. We'll see. We might be able to just balance around it, because currently the way multiplicity is balanced is that it rolls less frequently. So like when you get a modifier, it doesn't literally have a 25% chance of giving you any of the 4 kinds. It has like a different system that determines whether to give a multiplicity modifier or to give one of the other kinds, and then there's a 33% chance between the other kinds. That part is like, those ones are balanced better against each other. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just have a more casual day. The funny thing about streaming is that you can't really take breaks, or I don't take breaks when I stream, because I don't know, I feel like that'd be boring. I'll take water breaks sometimes. I'll go refill my water bottle, but I never go on Facebook or anything like that. Which is part of the reason I stream, actually. I'm more disciplined when I stream. If I wasn't streaming right now, I would be on Facebook and Twitter and and which is, it's fun. I mean, I do that regardless, but no, I don't know. I just I use I kind of use streaming as an alternative to that sometimes as well. So anyways, all right. So what are we doing here? Yes, we are basically doing the same thing, except instead of stacks 0, we are going to go with stacks this value, because it's specific to the power that we are affecting. And yeah, actually, all right. Well, this is quicker than I expected. I mean, it took me a little while to arrive at the conclusion of how I wanted to implement this, but once that was done, yeah. Oh yeah. Wait. Huh. How time. Okay, yeah, 1 minus. Whoa. Yeah. This is where the term applies. Sorry, weird math. Alright. Yeah, so I'm just making sure that that value applies flatly. The other thing I was thinking of doing is instead of applying it at the time the modifier is added, I was thinking of like just scaling the like basically all the subsequent calculations based on the stack value. But I think it was probably going to be overboard. Yeah, it's just like I know, like I could just, if at any point I could just like turn off the stream and be like, bye guys, and then go do any of those things. But like I don't necessarily want to be doing those things, so like yeah, it's just good to have like a little excuse to it's like, I mean, for the past 6 years I had like a boss, and like I had like, you know, people to report to, but now I don't have anyone to report to anymore. So it's just like if I leave myself to my own devices, I get really out of hand with how I spend my time. Yeah. Oh, what is this? Hold on, wait. I'm gonna bring it up on my main screen. All right. Good job, Mr. Pepperoni, making it happen. That you have now officially you are now officially part of the club. Welcome. That yeah, oh my gosh, maybe sometime maybe once I finish Hero, I'll go dig up the Hero. The project that I'm working on presently is a remake of the very first game project that I ever started on. As like when I was out of school, I started like I mentioned before, I started working in Java, and I was working on like a web applet. I was working on a project for web, and it's still technically online somewhere. It like last time I tried to play the game, it took me like an hour to like actually get it to like run on my computer, just because of like how old and out of date it was, and like I never finished it either. But that could be fun to dig that up and look back at hilarious beginnings. All right, so yeah. All right, yeah, I think that's actually done now. I think we did it. I mean, we'll probably have to tune it, but we have to tune a lot of things. So, what can we not implicitly convert from? Wait, what? Oh, right. Yeah, no, we can't do that. I was not supposed to try to do that. I just put that in by accident. Yes, right. That, as I said before, multiplicity is an integer, and so we cannot scale it in the same way. So we're just not going to try. We're just going to bounce around that. And if multiplicity gets too powerful, we have other mechanisms by which we can tune it. Oh man, I think I might. No, I was gonna say I might still have the computer that I developed the original Hero on, but no, my mom definitely gave it away. It was because it was back, yeah. Like Yeah, it was like at storage in her basement for like years, and then eventually she was like, yeah, whatever. All right. Oh yeah, I should be using these. So bombs, I guess. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, range on bombs is good, I guess. Uh, speed on bombs. I like fast bombs. And power. I like powerful bombs. I like range on dash. Nah, I probably shouldn't have put range on dash. I should have put range on hero. Power on bombs, I guess. Oh, I should have put power on dash. Well, if all goes according to plan, then at least uh, at least all these foibles that I'm making will at least amount to something. Yeah, multiplicity on dash. Let's say. Oh, I should. Yeah, I mean, I should be testing stacking right now, actually. But uh, stacking. Yeah, maybe I won't worry too much about balancing stacking until uh, like getting because we now have that dial that we can tune to get stacking under control. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna in the yeah, this will be kind of like a baseline playthrough that I'm doing now, and then I have power ups. Power on dash, speed on bombs. Yeah, this will be more of like a baseline playthrough that I'm doing now, just to discover stuff. Like for one thing, the mobs are spawning faster than I would prefer them to. Range on auto attack, yeah, hero. So yeah, Alright, so yeah, mobs are spawning too fast, explosives are spawning too slow. Oh yeah, because we were gonna... Huh. Yeah, we changed how the rate of explosive spawning occurs. We changed that rate, and apparently we did not change it enough. But then, or multiplicity on hero, I guess, sure. I think the base hero attributes are too low. Yeah, I was thinking that earlier. But right. So the reason I was calling what I'm doing now, like the baseline pass, is that next I'll try stacking on each individual thing. Like I'll try stacking on bombs first, and then I'll try stacking on dash, and then I'll try stacking on hero to see what how those things are balanced relative to each other, and that will also give me a good impression of how overpowered stacking is in general. I should probably just I mean, I'm at this point I'm like nearly 100% on a few things. Those things being that mobs are spawning too fast and explosives are spawning too slow. So I'll probably halt the simulation and go touch those things up. Right? But I also kind of want to see what my... No, I don't care what my score is. No, do I care? I kind of care what my score is. No, I should get that in check first. Alright. Oh, wow. That sounds like an amazing, that sounds... Oh, hey, TD Heroes! Hey! Sorry, I get distracted from chat when I'm running my game, but hey, thank you for thank you for hosting. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, so we just put in a couple new features to I mean, like, yeah, they're like under the hood features that make the game play a little bit better. We're working, like, our overall goal right now is balance passes. So we're trying to get to the game in as good. Hold on, I'm just gonna take out my earbuds real quick. I'm not actually like listening to anything right now. It's just it's mostly just distracting. Okay, yeah, yeah, we're basically just trying to get the game curve to feel right, as beautiful as possible. Hence the name of the stream. And so yeah, let's so right I was just playing through a bit, and the thing that I realized from that playthrough is that explosives are running too slow, and explosive spawn period. Right. So we can even start it a little bit faster because there's really no threat in the beginning of the game. Even if there are explosive devices, there just isn't threat because you can so handily cover all of the explosives like as they stream in. There are just very few anythings streaming in during that time. So, maybe yeah, no, this is probably good how it is. Okay, so so I'll tune that down slightly, and then explosive spawn period progress. No, progress is fine. Phase, yeah, I'm gonna bump up phase to like, I don't know. 3 is definitely too low, so let's try too high. So like 8 is probably too high, but let's see how it feels. And then the rest of those are fine, except the mob spawn rate I thought was slightly too high. And mob spawn rate is independent from the rate of spawn of explosive devices because there used to be. Oh, okay, friendly. Well, thanks for stopping in. It's cool to have you around. So yeah, whenever you get a chance, I hope to see you again sometime. And of course, for those of you who don't know, the other way to see Friendlit on Twitch is to check out his channel. He streams sometimes as well. So if you like game dev streams, then consider following him and checking out his stream when it's on as well. Thank you for tuning in. I'll either here or on your stream. I hope to see you again soon. Yeah. So what was a? Oh yeah, mob spawn rate. So yeah, let's. I feel like we get to the punchline a little too fast with how mob spawn. Like it was like phase 1 or 2. Like it was still very early in the game, and we reached like a very high density of mobs. I want to actually save that until probably like, I guess ideally like it wouldn't actually be until like phase 3 that you actually hit like, or maybe like somewhere in phase 2 that you actually like hit that full density of mobs. So I mean we could scale it by progress as we. Yeah, I mean well, okay, yeah, so like a lot of the stuff that we want to occur based on how the player proceeds through the game versus just simply the passage of time, like how the player progresses towards their goals versus simply the passage of time. We've been switching over to not occur on like a time scale, but literally to use those values. But for this one, I think this is actually a little bit different. This is what? Let's yeah, so there are other mechanisms that will reduce population based on like the player's progress or how the player plays the game. So I don't think we need to necessarily do that for this. Let's just dial it back slightly. So where does this actually occur? It's just like one little value that like hangs out. I forget where. I should really reorganize some of these things, but yeah, I had no clue that this was going to get as ridiculously long when oh yeah, here we go. Mob count increase period. So now it increases once every 1 point. We get a new mob like once every 1.8 seconds. So let's change it to like 2.5 seconds. Let's see how that feels. All right, so now we should have more explosive devices and fewer mobs. That should be the difference this time around. And I guess I could try stacking. Well, I mean, I'll have to try all of the approaches anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter what I choose. So speed on bombs. I like speed on bombs. I'm a very defensive player, or a very nervous player, I guess is a better way to describe it. And so I like having speed on bombs, because bombs are like, they're kind of bread and butter. They're like, it's the ability that recharges the fastest. And so you can use it to snipe explosives. Like if like when you see a mob with an explosive device, you can. Did dust just move? Why did dust move? Maybe I misclicked. Multiplicity on hero, I guess. Speed on bombs. Yeah, so, hey, welcome back, baby koala. Yeah, I like having my bombs recharge fast, so that way I can just use them to snipe out explosives, like, constantly. Range I like on the hero, especially when they're allies, because range, as I've mentioned a few times before, range makes attacks have an AoE effect to them. So instead of just attacking a single target, you attack multiple targets in an area. So it's phase 2. I think it just clicked over to phase 2. So now we should see an increase in the rate of explosive devices spawning. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at all these explosive devices. So now, even with my super fast bombs, like, the explosive devices are still spawning a little bit faster. Did I just whiff with a bomb? I don't know what just happened there. It looked like I detonated a bomb and that the targets didn't actually get hit. What? I might have screwed up the way dest and bombs work, because that was something I was tinkering with earlier. Oh wow, I've been using my modifiers. So power on bombs, I guess. So 8, oh yeah, 8 might be slightly too high, because as soon as phase 2 struck, like it already got a little bit tense. Like the rate of, like I'm basically doing like as much as I can to get rid of these bombs. So it might be the case that I need to, or yeah. So I'm thinking like as soon as phase 3 strikes, it's probably gonna get out of control. So I'm a little bit, yeah, I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna, yeah, 8 is probably too great. Hey, welcome back, CP1414. Sorry, I have difficulty looking at, I should put strength on hero as well. And then speed, I guess I could put some speed on dash. Yeah, but other than that, I think things are feeling pretty pretty good right now, so, yeah, so that's good. I might, man, I kind of want to change the curve of points, of like the way you gain points to the game, although that'll screw up with modifiers, because I currently have modifiers tied to points. Partly out of necessity, but yeah, the funny thing there is that, yeah, because modifiers, it's like oh wow, okay, we're in phase 3 and things are going a little bit out of control. Oh, but now we have power 3 as well, so that should help. Multiplier on hero, I guess. Alright, well, things are definitely more frantic now, but our power levels have increased pretty dramatically as well, so it's actually, yeah, we kind of have, we do still kind of have a handle on it. Oh, maybe I should just make, maybe I should, instead of, yeah, currently it works out that Power 3 arrives like around the time phase 3 starts, but I could always just make it so that like I could just change the way that's decided and make it so that uh, uh, POW 3 is literally always the first one. Okay, yeah, so it's phase 3, and speed on POW 3, I guess, range on bombs. Oh no. Alright, yeah, definitely too many explosive devices, because again, like, this is feeling frantic in a kind of a good way, but it's also like, yeah, now we just hit phase 4, and now it's just gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be like out of control. I'm almost certain. So I don't want to hit this many bombs, because at this point, like, like, if there's like a critical mass where once there are too many bombs, like, you can't care about any of the bombs. Like, it doesn't even feel like because like I have basically no hope of like targeting each of them or like pinpointing each of them, and so like, what's the point of like aiming for any of them really? I'm basically just mashing buttons. So all right, so 8, yeah, as I guessed, 8 is definitely too high. The value was originally 5, and that might actually be close to the correct value, except that I'm thinking it might actually be 6 instead. I might actually want to go with 6 instead. Shoot, I keep using dash right before POW 3, and whereas if I saved it and used it during POW 3, it'd probably be a lot more powerful. I mean, it would be a lot more powerful, but that might be a more effective strategy, is what I mean to say. I mean, we're doing pretty okay, actually. I think some explosive devices are detonating, but yeah, I guess that's where I kind of should like think about sound design for my games, because like, it's not always visually noticeable when the explosive devices detonate. So I should feel like if I actually had audio in my games, I could have that like occur, because actually, I mean, the explosive devices are supposed to be sonic devices, so like, they're supposed to be like a sonic blast when they go off. I mean, that's supposed to be like the effect that's occurring, is a sonic blast when they go off. So alright. So I think because I tuned down the strength of individual modifiers slightly, and because the other thing I did was by slowing down the rate at which mobs spawn, that does also technically slow down the rate of at which the player gains score, just because it's the mobs that carry the coins. And so I think I'm in the victory match now. No, maybe not. No, maybe not. Yeah, now I am for sure. All right, here we go. Get out of my kitchen. Go on, get. Boom. Done. Alright, we did it. Hey, welcome back, Mike Rawson. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. Yeah, part of the fun part of the thing that I like, even from the beginning of the game, part of the thing that I really enjoyed and I wanted to make prominent in the game was just like things flying everywhere. That's probably my favorite part about this project. So I tried to play up on it as much as possible. I'm glad you appreciate that a bit. So yeah. So what do I want to do? Definitely fewer bombs. The mob spawn rate actually felt really good. So I mean, it's much improved for sure. I've improved it a few times before, so maybe after a period of time, once we touch up some other things, it'll become apparent again that I want to tweak it again. But for now, I think that's actually pretty good. I could probably get rid of, like, right now I have explosive spawn scale period at like an absurdly high number, but like, I could just cut that. I could pretty confidently cut that. For starters, though, let's put this to like 6. 6. So that means, so previously it had been 8. So that means from phase 1 to phase 2, it was going from 0 to 8, essentially. So now it'll go from 0 to 6, and then, so phase 3 had previously been going from 8 to 16, but now it'll go from like 6 to 12. So phase, maybe 5 would be more huh. Yeah, let's try 5.2 maybe, because like what phase 2 had been before was actually pretty close to what I want phase 3 to feel like. So maybe, yeah, let's try 5, I guess. 3 was too low. When it was at 3, we decided that was too low. So 4 would probably also be too low. Yeah, no, let's do like 5.5, because what phase 2 was before, I kind of want phase 3 to be, but I'd actually want it to be a little bit sharper than that. So let's say 5.75. Because I think that part of the reason so I wanted it to be like sharp like phase 2 had been, but part of the reason 8 felt so sharp in phase 2 was because it had jumped so suddenly. If it goes more gradually, then it can go higher than 8 and still feel only as sharp. So yeah, so like 5 so now it's going to 11.5 for phase 3. It used to be 16 for phase 3, and so then what was it? It was like 24 for phase 4, but now it'll be like 16.25. So that could be good. Oh yeah, the other thing that I noticed is that I could put the explosive radius back up, probably all the way back up to 2, like it had been before, because without chain reactions, like, it's really not that bad, and I actually want it to be noticeable. I actually want it to be significant when oh wow, sorry, I'm not fully caught up on chat. Have I thought about implementing some flocking behavior for the enemies today? I'm pretty happy with how the enemies are now. I probably, yeah, actually there are a lot of new viewers, so I never really explained the point of the game recently. I didn't want to make a violent game. I don't have any specific objections to violent games. I play violent games, but I wanted to make it. I just didn't want to make one, or at least I didn't want to make a game about senseless violence. And so actually, like, anyone who plays this game is welcome to come up with their own interpretation of the events of the game. But when I play the game, what it means to me is, like, you're the hero, right? So you're a do-gooder. Clearly you're a do-gooder. Like, heroes they tend to be of that ilk. These little green things are like little birds, basically, but they've been so these little birds have been affected by like some sort of like nasty like disease or pollution, which is why they've turned green. What the hero's doing, the hero's quest is to free the birds of the pollution. The birds, they're not very intelligent. They're intelligent enough to realize that the hero can save them, which is why they flock to him. However, oh yeah, and specifically they flock to him carrying their precious cookies or coins or whatever you want to call them, because like they this is their offering. This is all they have to offer the hero in exchange for his help. But they're not so bright that they actually can't tell the difference between a cookie and an explosive device, or a coin and an explosive device. So that's why some of them flock to you carrying explosive devices. They just don't realize. So the reason they turn purple and the reason they fly higher into the air when they turn purple is that purple is actually their natural coloration. And so eventually, like, once a mob turns purple and you knock it high enough into the air, it actually leaves the simulation altogether. Here, wait, I can hurry us along our way to that process. Mobs will actually like fly out the top of the screen. That's actually fun fact. It's when the first mobs leave the simulation. That's when that's like the advent of phase 2. That's like when phase 2 begins. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So that was just like a little aside. Oh yeah, there it goes. They all okay. They left the simulation. So yeah, that's what that's like my interpretation of the events behind the game. And so so the reason that the mobs all like flock towards the hero and just kind of like hang out there is because like, well, so it probably makes a little more sense with that side of the story. Uh,